we're back. I found my needle and thread. Okay, so you took some threads with you from the textile studio, and you have some also in your kit. You can see this range of greens. There's nothing that's an exact match, so you just look for the closest thing. You should ideally try to match the thing that you're appliquing onto, but if you can't do that, your alternative would be to match the substrate or the underneath, so you're at least matched in one of those ways. So these to me don't seem to match. I'll put those away. These are a pretty good match, this for the substrate, but I think this is good enough for the top, so don't worry about it. So I've loaded threaded a needle here with a knot on the end, and what I need to do to prep in order to be able to do this applique is I take a look at my corners and I give a little snip in, not too much, but just a little bit. Remember that step? And that'll allow me to actually make that corner. And also, if you have a curve, remember you need to snip around the curve, both outside and inside, so there's flexibility. But again, you don't go all the way to your basting, you go some of the way in, okay? So just to review the applique stitch, and then that's it, I'll let you get to it. You can see here that what I do to start out is I really give the material a nice fold under. And with cottons, this is really pretty easy to do. Okay, really folding it under with my fingers and kind of just mushing it down with my hands so that it's kind of set there, but if it moves around, that's not a problem. And remember, we start the applique stitch underneath, coming from underneath, and I want to go right into that area, that little fold that the applique has made, and then I come up. And the important thing is I go down right next to where I've come up, but this time only in the substrate. And then my next stitch, I reach maybe a little bit, a half a centimeter away for that fold and come up in it. Okay, does that make sense? So let me pull this through and I'll do it again. Let's see if I can show this to you. Again, I'm going down next to where I came up, and then I reach with my needle, and then I come up right in that fold and keep going. Go down just in the substrate, come up through all the layers, and I keep going. I actually realized here that I've basted probably too close to the edge. So be generous with your basting so that you have plenty of material that you can fold under. Does that make sense? So I think some of you remember this. In case you didn't remember it, here's a demo for you. And you can see there that my applique doesn't look too bad. You're always going to see some of the stitch, but that's actually part of the beauty of applique. So I just want to tell you that if you're interested in color, working with applique and quilting squares is one of the most satisfying things you can do. Some of you who have painted before, you know how difficult it is to achieve a painting that has nice clean separation between colors. That's not an easy thing to do. Sometimes you can tape off a painting, make a line, and pull the tape away. But I want to suggest to you that working with fabric and color is a very clean and sharp way to make differences in color and to put color together. So in that way, I think if you're interested in studying color and working with geometric shapes, that the art of applique, which predates any kind of conception of decorative modern painting, is an excellent way to work with color and shape. Okay, so that's applique. I hope you remember it. If you don't, write me an email. Also reach out to Judy, who's in your same time zone. Also reach out to each other to see if you can work with each other online to practice that stitch and to get it right. Okay, thanks a lot. I'll turn this off now. Bye.